You know, my life is something that I wouldn't trade for anybody else's life. And I guess it's because I love to enjoy the enthusiasm of everything that I get involved in, everything that I do, and have a lot of fun doing it. I've always pursued my passions. I've always pursued things that I wanted to do, not just things I had to do. And I think probably that's a good piece of advice for all of us. Even when you're professionally successful, oftentimes it's because you're pursuing your passion. But I grew up in Brooklyn, and when they say the tree grew in Brooklyn, it wasn't in my neighborhood. But we did have a great life. I came from a very close family, and that was very important as part of my upbringing. Parents and my brother and I were very close. We were raised with great upbringing. Moved from Brooklyn to New Jersey to the suburbs. That was one of the big things you did in those days, was to move out from the city into the suburbs, and enjoyed going to school in the suburbs of New Jersey, and had, at the age of 12, interestingly enough, started delivering newspapers. I wanted to get involved in making some money, and for whatever reason it was, I decided that I was going to save the money I made for the first year and then buy a tape recorder and practice doing announcing in the tape recorder. Why? I don't know to this day why that was an instinct for me, but I knew I wanted to be in radio. And so I went out and got that tape recorder after that year, saving that money. And my brother would play records in the background. You know, these days, you know, some of you may not know what a record is. And he would play those and I would introduce them. We called me Mike at the mic. And I would introduce the songs, give the temperature, give the weather. Also went to magazines and pulled out ads and would read the ads on the air into the microphone, so it sounded like an actual radio show, believe it or not. Subsequently, I went to college as a speech major. That was a really important part of my life. But I will tell you this, for those of you who have fear about speaking, in my basic speech course as a freshman in college, I literally cut class for the first half of the semester. I was so afraid of giving a speech. True story. And the dean called and said, "What are you doing here? What are you going to do about this?" And I said, "Look, I want to retake the course. I just felt really intimidated by the professor." So he said, "All right, well, look, we'll give you a withdrawn failing, and then you come back in the next semester, you take the course again, and you do it right this time." And I did.